What up, my good peeps? It is your boy Josh. Look, I haven't done a video like this in a long time, but I'm gonna tell you. I'm probably gonna piss off a few people, but I need for you to listen to what I'm saying. This is a I told you so moment before the moment. I told you so. And what I want you to take from the I told you so is look, I'm telling you, when you getting loaded up on that truck, when you giving biological, retinal, and fingerprint, you're being scanned and put into the beast system. You're gonna hear that voice in your head from just Josh that says, I told you so. Now look, let's just talk about what's going on, y'all, because this is absolutely amazing. From a preparedness viewpoint, from a prepper, whatever you want to call it. I I don't understand how this is being allowed to happen continuously. Look, let's just get into it. You have the body. You have the body. And if you don't know what you have the body means, that is habeas corpus. You want to know what habeas corpus is? That is the ability to have due process before imprisonment. Fam, y'all gotta understand what's going on. Now, look, let me break this down for the people that are still stuck in the left and right paradigm, and I pray that you get out of it before it's too late. The left and right paradigm is probably one of the sneakiest, dirtiest tricks government has ever used. Because as long as you're looking left, as long as you're looking right, you're not looking to see what's really happening. They know that. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. Seriously, I can almost promise you that if you had to spend 48 hours with any one of these politicians, a solid 48 hours, just you and him, going about his day, seeing how he interacts at home, seeing what he does, hearing his conversations on the cell phone, you will be sickened. You will be sickened to your stomach. You ain't got to take my word for it. But I'm just telling you. And everybody keeps playing like, oh yeah, well, we like this person. He stands for what I believe in. No, they're all filthy rich. They don't live in our world. I can't understand why people are still believing these games. But let's just check this out. Habeas corpus, you have the body. Due process. They are going to find a way to go around habeas corpus. And after doing some research, I found out that the one thing that's protecting us is posse comitatus. But there is a way to get around that, which is Title 32, Section F02F. I'm going to post a video, and I did research, and Dabu 7 is 1,000% right with the information that he is putting out. Look, to my preppers that's still doing these videos talking about shift and WROL and fighting the zombies and fighting for food, y'all are history. Y'all are 80s. Y'all don't even see that the fight is right here and right now. That is how bad. Look, 2-3 years ago, I remember watching a video where they said we got a plan for all the preparedness people. We're gonna handle that without any. We got that covered, and I'm watching it. I'm watching it, and if you don't feel the same way, or if you are seeing what I'm seeing, fam, you gotta readjust the focus on those lenses. Listen. 19 states will have National Guard within them. If you've seen the map as to how it sits, there are a few at the bottom and there are a few at the top. They are splitting the country in half. It is a buffer zone. Under the guise of crime, fighting crime. You don't need national, and now they're going to be armed. National Guard's going to be armed. They don't do policing. The police police the people. If you need more policing, you hire more police. You don't get military trained National Guard to do policing. And now they're going to be armed. Okay, you just Josh. Well, what about all the crime? I can't even walk outside at night. I can't, it's the drug epidemic. This is America, fam. This is the governing that they have allowed. That's what you're not understanding. Y'all thinking that people just decided to start doing this stuff? This is the governing that the left and the right together has decided to allow to happen. The biggest one for me, the biggest one for me right now is the simple fact that the left are not protesting. They are, I'm talking about senators and politicians. They are not giving town hall meetings saying, oh my God, oh my God. They're quiet. They're complacent because they already know what's going to happen. They know the playbook. They know that they have a high up position in the new system that is coming. And they don't want to ruffle no feathers. Listen, fam, 19 states are going to have armed National Guards. What's the purpose? Check this out. For y'all who say, oh, they're fighting crime. Nah, get out of here with that crap. They're fighting crime. Listen, 700 arrests in D.C. over the last couple of days. 200 were illegal immigrants. What was the other 500? American citizens. For whatever it may be. American citizens. Now, I need you to, that's just D.C. So now I need you to take this and go to all the other cities. And for those of y'all who say, oh yeah, well the cities, this is filthy, in the preparedness community, there are a lot of people who live in rural areas. I'm actually looking for land in a rural area away from all the crap. I feel you, but there are people who live in rural areas who are like, oh, the cities are just filthy. They're infested with woke folks and DEI and da 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 da. Listen, the cities are the strongholds to the population. Whether you want to admit it or not. You knock out the city. Listen, all right, look. Fam, for y'all in rural areas, when you got to come, what do you have to come to the city for? Or come close to the city to get groceries, to do some shopping, to go to the VA, to go to your hospitals. They are the hub. So they're locking down these major cities. And I can promise you, once the cities are locked down, they're coming. They're coming out to the rural areas for you. They do have a plan, and it's right now. It is being implemented, and it is looking totally different from anything that I thought was going to happen. 19 states, 700 arrests in D.C., 200 for illegals. The other 500, you tell me, American citizens. And for those of y'all cheering this on, listen, homeboy Dabu 7 who's dropping bombs and information, you look it up. I have to agree. These National Guard troops are going to fulfill their role, which is going to be processing. I went to jail once when I was younger. I don't know. It was something stupid. 18. And you got to get processed. They got to take your prints. They got to take your pictures. You got to take the little stupid picture. Hey, nobody Google me because I don't need that picture popping up of my one night stay. And, they got to take your picture. All that good stuff. You got to be processed. These people will be processing people. They will be taking biometric data. They will be taking pictures of your retina. They will be taking pictures. Fam, it's a playbook, and y'all can't even see that it's a playbook. This is what needs to happen to get you into the beast system. It's being put in place, and y'all just sitting here watching it. A lot of the channels that I watch, y'all are cheering it on. I'm even seeing a lot of channels still talking about dumb stuff like slavery. Come on, bro, fam, come on. I'm black. We all know it ain't no big deal. Now let's move on. Right? There is no need to keep going back and forth over if it happened or if it not, or how bad it was or how long. Just move on. Okay? But MSM is going to keep pulling on heartstrings, trying to get people riled up, trying to get fam. 19 states, it's a buffer zone. What they're going to be doing is once whatever the FF is that happens, they're going to be processing. They're going to be transporting people to these alligator Alcatrazes. Look, let me tell you, the federal government gave out a grant for any state to get, I don't know if it's 6 million or 60 million, each state to build these copycat alligator Alcatrazes. The dissonance, anyone talking probably like me or anyone of preparedness, anyone who says, get off my property, you're going to be taken in for questioning. And without habeas corpus, without posse comitatus, Man, y'all don't even see where we're at. I ain't saying that the beast system is here, but the infrastructure is being set up to put you into the beast system, and y'all still playing. What is it? What is it? Stupid games win stupid prizes. FAFO, y'all. I don't know. I'm watching it happen, just like the rest of the globe is watching this I can't say it. Totalitarian takeover. And majority of the people here we're asking for it. It's called EROL. Look, when I first started doing videos about WRL, without rule of law, I promise you, this is why it's stuck in my head. When I first started doing videos about without rule of law, no power, EMP, I don't know, no food, supply chains gone, economic collapse, you're stuck in your house, no power, no clean drinking water, you're fighting off the zombie hordes, amongst other things. That's WROL. I did a video and I was feeling really good about it. And then somebody commented, no, bro, what you don't understand is what's coming is EROL. And I literally had to Google that because I didn't know what it was, but it's excessive rule of law. And that is what is being implemented right now. Excessive rule of law. And I'm watching everybody. I'm watching everybody from 2A to we back the Constitution to all of this stuff. Blindly just to overlook everything that's happening right now. And then, look, and I can even feel what you're saying. If you're like, oh, it's time. I saw a couple comments in there like, I can't even walk through the major city and feel like I'm safe. Da, da, da. You have to understand, nothing happens without the gatekeepers allowing it to happen. You have to understand that. Listen, I still see FJB, the Biden stickers, and I still continuously hear multiple people say, hate Biden, I can't stand Biden. Da, da, da. That just simply shows me your understanding of the level of which we're at. And as a prepper, that tells me that you will fall for anything because Joe Biden listened and he went by the same playbook that T-Man is going by. It's just a different flavor. And apparently a lot of people now like the flavor. Joe Biden's mission was to tank the economy, bring in wokeism, bring in DEI, and bring in, what is it, like is 2 point something million illegal immigrants. That was his job, just so that now we can get the National Guard on the streets to deal with the problem. Y'all don't get it, man. Y'all still looking left, right. Look, y'all gonna be in a detention center still talk. Y'all gonna be in a detention center fighting people talking about, oh, I'm Republican. Even after you locked up without due process. Even after you locked up, it's still gonna be conservatives. It's still gonna be Republicans and Democrats still ready to go at each other's throat. Y'all trained. You have been bamboozled. What you need to be worried about is your fellow man. I don't know what else to say. This is listen. Again, I feel like I'm on an island, and I know there are a few people who can understand what I'm saying, and I appreciate it when they do. I am not left. I am not right. I'm just a person watching this dumb ish go down. Trying not to be jaded or blinded. Trying not to pick sides. I'm literally watching this ish go down. I told you, I want this to stick in y'all brains, the ones that have lasted this long to watch this video. I told you so. When you ain't got no food, when the people you thought had your back are beating your ass, I told you so. When you wake up and you realize that all of your rights under the Constitution has been done away with, I told you so. When the Constitution, when you wake up and I told you so. I don't know what else to say. I'm watching this happen in amazement and disbelief alone. I know there's a couple people that see what I'm seeing, but it ain't enough. I'm still seeing majority of the people like, yeah, we need the National Guard. We need the National Guard. I don't know what people, I don't know what people think. Drugs don't make it into a city without some high up person allowing the cartels to look. Y'all don't even, okay, look, even to take it a step further. So look, I was just working with some people and they were telling me, I didn't even know anything about it, but they were telling me it was on Fox, and it was like, yeah, this illegal was driving an 18-wheeler and he turned around in the middle of the highway and several Americans lost their lives, and he was illegal. How did he get a CDL? Da da da. Well, stop asking me stupid questions. This is the system that has been put in place. I'm sorry that family had to lose their lives, but I'm going to be honest with you. Somebody paid to have this happen. Somebody took a bribe high up. Somebody took a bribe, and somebody else turned it back. And maybe the cartels paid somebody, a senator or something, to turn this back and allow this to happen. Maybe there's 5,000, 15,000 of these CDLs that just went out to this particular group of people. There's no telling, fam. But us, the people on the ground, us, the real world people, we ain't making these decisions. Y'all playing silly games and gonna win silly prizes. Look, because of the people that's playing silly games, we all are gonna win silly prizes. I'm out. I got a busy week at work. Yeah, it's the meat grinder. This is where they want us. Y'all be safe, man. Y'all be safe, and I'm praying. I'm praying to God that people can open their eyes and see that this left and right paradigm is put in place to do exactly what it's doing right now. And what happened to us just being Americans, us just being citizens, us just being people of the United States? What happened to that? Our forefathers. The people, not, I can't say but the people who wrote the Constitution would probably roll over in the grave and be pissed and shit on themselves if they see what's taking place right now, and if they would see how people are cheering this thing on. All right, I ain't got the answers. But I'm gonna tell you, the good book, everything that's happening is still according to the good book. So none of this surprises me. It's traumatic to see how it's rolling out, to see how it's rearing its ugly head, to see how it's unveiling itself. But the good book says all this is going to happen. This is how we all get rolled into the beast system. And if you don't, eventually, maybe 2030, somewhere 2035, somewhere down the line, if you don't take whatever the mark is, then guess what? Your head might roll. The Bible says it will roll. But this is going to get the masses into the system before things get crazy. Y'all be safe. I'll do a video in the morning, Monday morning, back to work. This weekend did go faster than ever. Peace out.